Hi, I'm Rebecca from engVid.com. In today's lesson, we'll learn 8 idioms which have the word have in them, okay? Now, of course, an idiom is an expression where the overall meaning is something different from the individual words that are included in that expression, okay? So let's have a look at these idioms. The first one, Bill has a sweet tooth. Bill has a sweet tooth. What does that mean? He has a tooth that's sweet? No, remember, it's an idiom, so it has a different meaning. Have you ever heard anyone using this? Well, if you say that someone has a sweet tooth, it means that he or she likes to eat sweet things, likes desserts, likes chocolates, like anything sweet, okay? And maybe a little too much. So that's the expression, to have a sweet tooth. All right, let's go to the next person. Susan has a heart of gold. Okay, so what does that mean? Again, don't take the meaning literally. Doesn't actually mean that. It means something else. When you say that someone has a heart of gold, it means that that person is very kind, is very generous, is very helpful. Okay, a really good person. All right, so there we are. Let's go to the next one. John has a good head on his shoulders. John has a good head on his shoulders. Okay, what does it mean? Good head on his shoulders? Of course you have a head on your shoulders, right? Yes, but it's an idiom, remember. Okay, so when you say that somebody has a good head on their shoulders, it means that they're very sensible, they're clever, they're intelligent, okay? It's kind of like they have a good brain. They think well, okay? So that's what it means to have a good head on your shoulders. Let's go to the next one. Angela has her hands full. Her hands are full means that she's very busy, okay? Means you're always doing something, in other words. She's very busy. So before we go on to the other 4, let's review the first 4. So who is very kind and helpful and generous? Who has a heart of gold? Susan. Okay. Now, what does it mean? Or which idiom can we use to say that somebody really likes to eat desserts? You have to say that somebody has a sweet tooth. Good. If you want to say that somebody is very intelligent, very clever, which idiom can you use? You can say that they have a good head on their shoulders. And if you want to say that somebody is very busy, you can say they have their hands full. If you want to use it for yourself, you can say, I'd love to help you, but I'm really sorry, I have my hands full. I have my hands full means I'm very busy right now. I'm busy with a lot of other things, so I can't help you. Okay, next. All right, let's look at the next 4. Stephen has eyes in the back of his head. Stephen has eyes in the back of his head. What does that mean? How can you have eyes in the back of your head? What could that possibly mean? Well, it means that you know what's happening around you as if you had eyes in the back of your head. Obviously, you don't. But when we say this, what we're trying to say is that there's somebody knows everything that's happening, even though you don't even know how they know it, but they know what's going on, okay? So he has eyes in the back of his head. Okay, next. Now, of course, you see that I'm changing it, right? If we're talking about a man like Stephen, then we say he has eyes in the back of his head. If it was Angela, then we would say Angela has eyes in the back of her head. And that goes for all of these, okay? Whenever there's a his, her, if it was about me, I have my hands full, you have your hands full, etc. Okay, next. Barbara has a big mouth. Oh no, that's not good. What's going on with Barbara? Does it mean she physically has a big mouth? No, not necessarily. When we say that someone has a big mouth, it means they like to gossip. They like to talk a lot. They like to tell secrets. And they just like to talk a lot. So don't tell your secrets to Barbara. Won't work. Next. Mark has a green thumb. So first of all, what's a thumb? This is a thumb, right? This is your thumb. What does it mean to have a green thumb? Any idea? Okay, so green has to do with plants and so on. So if someone has a green thumb, you're saying that he is very good with plants, is very good at gardening, okay? And things grow well when he plants them, okay? He's very good at that. He has that skill. Okay, and the last one about Julia. Julia has her head in the clouds. Julia has her head in the clouds. What does that mean? Well, if you have your head in the clouds, it means you're somewhere else. You're not paying attention to anything that's happening around you because you're thinking about something else. So Julia is not paying attention to what's happening here. It's the opposite of Stephen, who has eyes in the back of his head, right? Julia has her head in the clouds. She's always thinking about something else. Maybe when you talk to her, she's not paying attention. She's not really listening. Why? Because she has her head in the clouds, okay? So let's go over the last four and then we can review them all. Okay, so if you say that someone has a big mouth, it means they like to gossip, tell secrets, right? If someone is really good at gardening, you could say they have a green thumb, right? Okay, someone who is not paying attention and you're telling them things and you don't know, they're not there. What can you say? They have their head in the clouds. And someone who seems to know everything that's happening around them we can say that they have eyes in the back of their head. Okay? So, let's review all of them now. Okay? Who is really smart? Which name here? Who is really smart, really intelligent? Okay? Who is that? That's John. Because John has a good head on his shoulders. Good. Okay, who likes to gossip? Which one of these people likes to gossip, likes to tell people's secrets? That's Barbara. Okay, let's mark these off. Okay. Who really enjoys sweets and desserts and cakes and all that kind of stuff? Who's that? Who is it? Well, it's our friend Bill here. Okay, Bill has a sweet tooth. Good. Okay, who's really good at growing plants and flowers and gardening? Okay, who's that? Did you find it? It's Mark. Mark has a green thumb, right? That's a way to say it. Okay, who's a very busy person? Who's that? Let's see. It's Angela. Angela has her hands full. Okay? All right. Who is always thinking about something else, not really paying attention to what's happening here? Who's that? What's left? Choose. It's Julia. Okay? Good. And who knows everything that's happening, even though you don't even know how they know everything? They're like, how do you know that? Man, do you have eyes in the back of your head? Okay, that's Stephen, right? Very good. And the last one that's left is Susan. Susan has a heart of gold, which means that Susan's a really sweet, good, kind-hearted person. She has a good heart. She's helpful, okay? That's Susan. So these 8 idioms all start with the word have, has, right? Plus a part of the body. You'll see sort of like a tooth, a heart, a head, hands, eyes, mouth, thumb, and head again. All right? So a little bit something in common there. But again, an idiom, you just have to learn it as a whole. You have to learn it overall, what the meaning is. Don't try to analyze it because it doesn't usually help you. Okay? If you want to practice these idioms, which you should do, please go to our website, www.engvid.com, and there you can do a quiz on these idioms and more. And also subscribe to my channel so you can keep on learning English. Bye for now.